Scene script. Picture this. You're on a first date, the waiter brings the check, and an awkward silence ensues. Sounds familiar? Well, it's the age-old question, who should pay on a date? Now traditionally it's been the man's role to pick up the tab. In fact, it was once seen as a test of his ability to provide, with the woman judging him based on whether or not he could afford that fancy steak dinner. But times, as we know, have changed. In today's era of gender equality, many women feel uncomfortable with the idea of a man paying for everything, and men too, are increasingly open to the idea of their date picking up the tab. But let's take a step back for a moment, and let me share a quick humorous story. Picture two people, let's call them Jack and Jill. They go out for dinner, and when the check arrives, there's a moment of hesitation. Jack reaches for his wallet, but Jill insists on splitting the bill. Jack, wanting to be chivalrous, insists on paying. Jill, not wanting to be seen as a gold digger, insists on splitting. The result? A tug-of-war over the check that's more intense than the final round of a wrestling match. Now, of course, this is a bit of an exaggeration, but it does highlight the confusion that can arise when it comes to paying on a date. And it's a confusion that's only been amplified by changing social norms and expectations. So as we can see, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to this question. But let's delve into some interesting facts and statistics about dating expenses to shed more light on this issue. Dating can be an expensive business, but exactly how much does it cost to find love? Let's take a global tour and crunch some numbers. In Japan, a typical date including a meal, drinks, and a movie could set you back about $100. But if you're looking for amore in Italy, you might get off a bit cheaper. There, a date might only cost you about $75. Now if you're in the land of the Queen, the United Kingdom, you might need to budget a bit more. A date night in the UK tends to average out at about $125. Now these costs can vary widely depending on a few factors. Location is a big one. A date in New York City, with its swanky rooftop bars and Michelin-starred restaurants, could easily cost you a few $100s. Meanwhile, a cozy date in a small Midwestern town might only set you back $50. Age also plays a role. Younger folks, perhaps still in college or early in their careers, might prefer more budget-friendly dates. Think picnics in the park or movie nights at home. On the other hand, older daters might be more established in their careers and ready to splurge on a fancy dinner or a weekend getaway. And of course, personal preferences matter too. Some people love the idea of a lavish, romantic date. Others prefer something more low-key and casual. A date could be a 5-star meal or a walk in the park. It could be tickets to a Broadway show or a night in with a good movie and takeout. So it seems that the cost of dating is as varied as love itself. But one thing is for sure. Love or not, these dates can definitely make a dent in your wallet. So, whether you're splurging on fancy dinners or opting for budget-friendly coffee dates, the cost of dating can quickly add up. But who's footing the bill? In recent years, there's been a shift towards splitting the bill on dates. But what do the numbers say? Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because we're diving into the world of dating statistics. A recent survey revealed that about 60% of people prefer to split the bill on a date. That's right, not 50, not 55, but a full 60%. We're looking at a majority here, folks. Now you might be asking, why is this the case? Well, there are a couple of reasons. First off, it's all about equality. In this day and age, many people believe in sharing responsibilities, and that includes footing the bill. Secondly, splitting the bill takes the pressure off. It's a way to ensure that both parties feel comfortable and not obligated in any way. But let's not just talk numbers and reasons. Let's add a dash of humor with a real-life anecdote. Picture this. A guy named John went on a date with a woman named Jane. John, being a modern man, suggested they split the bill. Jane agreed, and they both enjoyed their meal. Now, here's the twist. When the bill arrived, Jane pulled out a 2-for-1 coupon. So technically they split the bill, but Jane paid less than John. Now, isn't that a cheeky move? So folks, as you can see, splitting the bill can lead to some interesting and even humorous outcomes. It's not just about the money, it's about the dynamics of the relationship, the interaction, and even the unexpected surprises. In conclusion, the notion of the man always paying on a date is slowly fading into the background. More and more people are embracing the idea of splitting the bill. It's a sign of the changing times, and it's fascinating to see how dating customs are evolving. So, while splitting the bill might not be the most romantic gesture, it seems like it's becoming more acceptable in today's dating world. So we've looked at the traditional expectations, the costs, and the trend towards splitting the bill. But what about you? Here's a little food for thought. Have you found yourself reaching for your wallet on the first date? Or maybe you've felt the pressure of tradition nudging you to let your date cover the bill. Perhaps you're a fan of the Dutch treat, each person paying their own way, asserting independence and equality from the get-go. Think about your past dates, the awkward moments, the sweet victories, and the occasional confusion. What were your expectations and how did they align with reality? Cast your mind to those moments and consider what felt right for you. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Share your experiences or opinions in the comments below. And remember, when it comes to dating, the most important thing is to have fun and be yourself. After all, you can't put a price tag on love.